Welcome to World Alert Updates. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates. The Philippines has just unveiled a new military base in Mahatao, Batanes, its northernmost province, just across the water from Taiwan. Once a quiet windswept corner, Batanes is now a bold statement of intent. This base marks a major shift in the Philippines' defense strategy. It places military assets at the Luzon Strait, a vital choke point for global trade and naval power. The location is no accident. It's a direct response to rising tensions in Asia. The Philippines is stepping up, no longer a passive observer in its own backyard. For the first time, the country has a modern outpost this far north, transforming its ability to monitor and respond to regional events. Think of it as a watchtower on the edge of a new battlefield. This is a real, functional facility, built for action, not just for show. Its opening signals newfound confidence and a clear-eyed recognition of the challenges ahead. The quiet islands of Batanes are now at the center of a loud global conversation. The message: the Philippines is ready to play a more active role in regional security. This is about more than defending territory. It's about contributing to a stable, open Indo-Pacific. The Mahatao base is a physical symbol of this commitment. It shows the country is willing to invest in its defense and stand firm on its sovereign rights. The opening ceremony was more than a ribbon cutting, it was the start of a new era. Passivity is out, proactive engagement and strategic foresight are in. The world is watching Batanes with new eyes. The Philippines has drawn a new frontline in the Indo-Pacific. For decades, Batanes was known for its beauty, not its strategic value. Isolated and often overlooked, it was a forgotten outpost. The Ivitans lived quietly, far from the concerns of world powers. Military presence was minimal, focused on community support. But now, Batanes' geography is its greatest asset. Sitting at the nexus of the western Philippine Sea and the Pacific, it's the northern gatekeeper of the archipelago. As tensions rise over Taiwan and the South China Sea, Batanes is now a crucial piece of the national security puzzle. New investments and infrastructure are transforming the province. The Mahatao base is the most visible sign, but it's part of a broader effort to bolster northern defenses. Small marine detachments now dot the islands, turning Batanes into a well-monitored zone. The islands have moved from the periphery to the center of the Philippines' defense posture. For locals, this brings both recognition and new challenges. Batanes is no longer just a tourist destination, it's a strategic linchpin in a high-stakes contest. The transformation is profound and the stakes are higher than ever. The Luzon Strait is one of the world's most important waterways. It separates Luzon from Taiwan and connects the South China Sea to the Pacific. Every day, global trade flows through these waters: electronics, oil, and more. Any disruption here would send shockwaves through the world economy. For military strategists, it's a major choke point. China's navy must pass through to reach the Pacific, making it a key area for monitoring. The US and its allies see control or surveillance of the strait as vital to their regional strategy. In any Taiwan conflict, this waterway would be a central battleground. The new Philippine base in Batanes sits directly overlooking this critical strait. It gives the Philippines, and its allies, a front-row seat to all activity in the area. Now the Luzon Strait is under the watchful eye of a nation determined to protect its interests. The Philippines has moved from passive observer to active guardian. The stakes in these waters have never been higher. The Mahatao base is more than a military outpost. Its primary role is to bolster the Philippines' territorial defense, projecting power and responding quickly to threats. With troops and equipment this far north, the country can better protect its sovereignty. The base is also a hub for maritime surveillance, tracking everything from illegal fishing to foreign warships. Enhanced monitoring means better security and resource management. It's a center for humanitarian aid, crucial in a region battered by typhoons. The base can store supplies, house rescue teams, and coordinate relief. It supports local fishermen and strengthens the bond between military and community. This multi-purpose design makes it a smart, sustainable investment. The Mahatao base is a model for modern, integrated security infrastructure. It's about defending territory, protecting citizens, and ensuring resilience. The new base in Batanes is a platform for international cooperation. The US, Japan, and Australia are strengthening defense ties with Manila, and this base gives them a place to work together. Joint training exercises here improve interoperability and communication. The base advances a shared vision of a free and open Indo-Pacific. It allows partner nations to coordinate surveillance and share intelligence. This collective vigilance deters aggression and strengthens the regional security network. The Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement with the U.S. fits perfectly into this framework. The presence of allies, even on rotation, sends a powerful message of collective defense. The Philippines knows it can't face regional challenges alone. Alliances multiply its capabilities. The base is a symbol of partnership and a core part of the country's new defense posture. In a contested region, collaboration is essential for stability. The Batan's base sits just 120 miles south of Taiwan, at the heart of a potential flashpoint. If conflict erupts over Taiwan, the Philippines will be affected, and the Luzon Strait could become a war zone. Nearly 200,000 Filipino workers live in Taiwan, sending home billions in remittances. Their safety is a top priority for the Philippine government. Evacuating them in a crisis would be a monumental task. The new base could serve as a coordination center and transit point for evacuees. President Marcos Jr. has made clear, the primary purpose of enhanced military cooperation in the north is to protect these overseas workers. The bases are not for offense but for contingency planning. This reframes the debate. It's not just about geopolitics, but about protecting lives. The base is a shield for Filipino nationals caught in the crossfire of great power competition. For the Philippines, a Taiwan conflict is a direct threat to its people. The Batan's base is a lifeline, ready if the unthinkable happens. Responsible governance means preparing for crises, even those you hope never come. China's reaction to the new Batanes base is swift and suspicious. Beijing sees it as part of a US-led strategy of containment, not a defensive measure. Chinese officials criticized the Philippines for allowing increased American military access. The Mahatao base is viewed as a provocation destabilizing the region. China claims US deployments fuel tensions and threaten its security. The base's surveillance of the Luzon Strait is seen as a direct challenge to China's navy. This cycle of action and reaction raises the risk of miscalculation. The Philippines insists its moves are defensive, but Beijing remains unconvinced. The base becomes a symbol of the growing rift between Manila and Beijing. The Philippines is standing with its allies, even as tensions rise. The Batanes base is a double-edged sword. It promises enhanced security and stronger sovereignty, giving the Philippines a credible northern presence. The base strengthens alliances, especially with the US, and elevates the country's role in regional security. It's a symbol of resolve and a deterrent to aggression, but it also brings peril, deeper involvement in great power competition, and the risk of being drawn into conflict over Taiwan. The base could become a target, bringing war to Philippine soil. The country is walking a tightrope deterring aggression without provoking it. The government has decided that inaction is riskier than action. The promise is a more secure, sovereign Philippines. The peril is entanglement in a larger conflict. Success will depend on careful diplomacy, strong alliances, and clear-eyed strategy. The stakes are high, but the Philippines is choosing to shape its own destiny. The Mahatao base marks a new chapter for the Philippines. It's a story of reclaiming strategic agency and asserting sovereignty. The era of poorly defended maritime domains is over. The Philippines is building a credible defense posture to protect its people and future. This brings both pride and anxiety, standing up for national rights but facing rising tensions. The challenge is to use new capabilities for diplomacy and deterrence, not provocation. The base strengthens the network of US allies and adds a new layer of deterrence. A stronger Philippines is a net positive for regional stability. The Indo-Pacific security is now a shared effort. The Batanese base is more than concrete, it's a symbol of a nation's awakening. The watchtower on the northern frontier is active, and the Philippines is ready for what comes next.